Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. File reading time Thursday the 12th of December. We're going to do Resident Evil 6 and we're not going to do all the files today because this is split up into four scenarios. So we're going to read Leon's files today. Now how you unlock these is you basically unlock them by completing chapters or buying them in the in-game store, which you use points that you earn from beating the chapters. Yeah, I've played this game a little bit, didn't get into it. A lot of people didn't get into it. It's a mess. I don't really call it a Resident Evil film, even though it's relevant to the storyline, but yeah, I'm not keen on this one. I do not like this one. Because of the multiple scenarios, and it's so actiony. It's like, that's not Resident Evil. I know it's going that way, but yeah. So we're gonna read Leon's files, and what they are, they're basically information about each of the characters and the enemies in each scenario. So Leon S. Kennedy. At 36 years of age, Leon S. Kennedy is the most suspected agent working for the US government. Reporting directly to the president himself, the horrors he witnessed as a result of a biohazard outbreak known as the Raccoon City incident left him with a deeply rooted hatred of bioterrorism. And those who would use it. 1 second, my phone is going mad. I just want to check. It's like the same notification going up all the time. I've got no idea what's wrong with it. I turned my phone off so it doesn't vibrate. Where was I? A deep-rooted hatred for bioterrorism and those who use it. While his demeanour is calm and rational, that's true, it should not be mistaken as for empathy. He would take an attentive on any mission he's been assigned to, often putting himself in danger in order to save an innocent. He takes his missions seriously, making decisions cautiously and logically from time to time. However, his sardonic wit will surface, recalling his time as a good-natured rookie cop with a sense of duty who is able to maintain his sense of humour even through rough times. To be fair, yeah, that is Leon. That is him down to a T. Also, it's got no locations because you unlock them throughout the game. Leon and Adam. Adam is the president of the United States in the game. Leon Kennedy and the US President Adam Benford. That is not Ashley's father, by the way. It was a president before that. Are not only close friends but champions of similar causes. When President Benford was a high-ranking government official, he handpicked Leon, elevating him to his high-ranking status. The two men were both motivated by a righteous desire to root out bioterrorism following the events that transpired in Raccoon City in 1998. Adam had a reputation for being one of the few politicians with integrity, a man of his word, and Agent Kennedy found himself able to trust a man who had never directly faced the evils of bioterrorism. With mutual goals and a mutual respect, they grew close during the 10 years of fighting bioterrorism together. You'd never see a president in the real world do that. They'd be supporting bioterrorism. Unfortunately, their friendship is abruptly ended during a biohazard outbreak, one with eerie echoes that mirror the tragedy of Raccoon City, when Agent Kennedy is forced to shoot and kill President Benford. Yes, the president got infected and Leon found him turning and had to put him down. is that was bad. That was really bad. Field Operations Support. Field Operations Support, FOS, is an organisation operating at the highest level of the US government. Its original mission was to provide support for agents from multiple US intelligence agencies discharging their duties around the world. As the dangers posed by bioterrorism came to take priority for the US security and FOS, it was evolved to oversee all operations that deal with response to and prevention of bioterrorism. The FOS was originally formed in, I'm going to guess 2011 because there's a gap there for some reason, by Adam Benford and Ingrid Hannigan with Ingrid Hannigan. I can't say her first name correctly. I never could, to be fair. I always call her Hannigan because it's easier. Installed as operations coordinator and Leon Kennedy as its chief field agent. So yeah, in this game, like, Leon's an actual chief field agent. So that's pretty cool. Zombies. In 1988, a biohazard incident involving the T-virus contaminated the entirety of Raccoon City. Inhabitants infected by the virus succumbed to the infection, but their corpses were reanimated by the same virus into shambling, flesh-eating creatures. Reports from the incident indicated that many of the relevant's eyes were glazed over, and their skin has either decayed or been flayed. As these relevants resemble the Walking Dead of horror fiction, they were given the delicacy unscientific name of zombies. The source of the current biohazard event in Tall Oaks remains unknown, but the stages of infection of the victims bear a striking resemblance to those in Raccoon City. For better or for worse, the appellation of zombie has been applied to these victims as well. That's the thing, because it's basically Raccoon City 2.0, Leon section. And like, Leon section is basically the best one. Like, Resident Evil 6 should have only been Leon, no one else, because the other characters do cross paths in Leon's game, but there's no need to play as them, because I play as Leon's game and that's it. I mean, like, playing as the other ones adds a bit of lore, but come on now. Ingrid Hannigan. Hannigan is a 33-year-old mission coordinator for the United States Department of Defense Field Operations Support. In 2004, she was instrumental in helping Agent Kennedy discover the then president's daughter from a terrorism group. A level-headed and intelligent, she is competent at hacking into most security systems, as well as handling relevant mission intelligence. She is the guiding voice that has successfully delivered Agent Kennedy from many a perilous predicament. That's the thing, is like, what exactly? Because you do see, like, the last time you see Hannigan, I believe it was in Resident Evil Vendetta, which was like a few years after this game. Where is she now? It's like, what is she doing? Is Leon and Hannigan working together still? Maybe in Resident Evil 9 you'll find out, because it's rumoured that you're going to be playing as Leon, but we do not know. Leon and the Raccoon City incident. In 1998, a biohazard incident involving a man-made virus contaminated the entire town of Raccoon City. The town of 100,000 became ground zero for the world's single worst biohazard outbreak in the 20th century. The clinical naming of the event as naming of the event as the Raccoon City incident does nothing to express the tragedy and horror that occurred in that idyllic American town. During the incident, a rookie police officer named Leon Kennedy was caught up in a nightmare. He was attacked by an human infected, aka zombies, and Umbrella-engineered bioweapons. Against all odds, he and a few other survivors, well, at the time, it was Claire and Sherry, but he didn't know that Ada actually escaped alive. So really it was 4 people. Where was I? He regretted that he was only to save so few people that day, and the events that transpired in Raccoon City etched themselves indelibly into his mind. From that point on, he vowed that he would do all he could to ensure the world would never see a tragedy like Raccoon City repeated. Well, guess what? You're dealing with it again in this game. Tall Oaks Cathedral and the Underground Lab. Standing out in the skyline of Tall Oaks is a cathedral that marks a plot of land that has been in the Simmons family for generations. God, he knows a lot. The land primarily serves as a meeting ground for the family's secretive dealings, and there are many hidden passages and booby traps to obstruct any potential interlopers. The current head of the family, Derek C. Simmons, currently has a portion of the underground chamber refurbished into a modern research laboratory so he could have scientists conduct research on the C virus. Also, Derek Simmons is basically the Wesker of the game. He's not good. He's not as good as Wesker. He's pretty fucking pathetic, to be fair. This is a name of an enemy type that I'm not even going to pronounce because, again, very difficult to pronounce enemy type names. Right, it is a victim of the C virus. Although one has been extremely mutated, the word, his name, ironically is derived from the Siberian word for woman of beauty. The thing's ugly as fuck, by the way. The creature's body is covered in large pores that secrete a deadly gas. Anyone who inhales the fumes will die and be reanimated as a zombie. One creature that has the potential to infect an area within a 3-mile radius. Unlike a traditional zombie infection, which is spread by a zombie's bite or contact with contaminated blood, this creature turns the virus into an airborne agent, thus creating a contaminant that is harder to avoid. The bioterror attack that Agent Kennedy encountered in Tall Oaks was triggered by this creature. To be fair, like, this is quite a difficult boss to defeat. I mean, I have got far into the game to actually see it, but to be fair, I just done Leon's run and watched playthroughs of the other because I just can't stand this game. Helena Harper won, so she's got like multiple ones. Helena Harper is a 24-year-old US government agent. Her sister Deborah is her only known living relatives. During the Tall Oaks terrorist attack, she was dispatched by the US Secret Service to protect President Benford. She is a woman of strong moral convictions and is very sympathetic to the plight of others, although she does let her emotions get the better of her from time to time. Helena Harper 2. Helena Harper doesn't compromise her beliefs, and is not one to step aside and let others take charge. She does, however, have a tendency to let her emotions get the best of her. She was at the top of her class and the agent's first choice for the job, but officials were convinced that she would let her morals get away of her work, get in the way of her work. They were right. While investigating a series of murders, Helena successfully found and apprehended the killer. In the process, she used excessive force on the subject and was suspended from the agency. She claimed that she had to shut the killer up because he was making threats in front of the victim's family. After her suspension period was over, she found herself in situations where she couldn't maintain her self-control. When Deborah's boyfriend became abusive, an enraged Helena shot and injured him. Her superiors were unwilling to overlook her gross misconduct, but they didn't want to fire her, so they transferred her to the Secret Service. During the attack on Tall Oaks, Helena was manipulated by Derek Simmons in his plan to assassinate President Adam Benford. Also, a bit of trivia. Helena is voiced by the same voice artist that voices Abby in The Last of Us 2. There you go. That's your trivia for today. The Catacombs. The Catacombs is a maze the catacombs that maze their way under Tall Oaks goes back almost 400 years. They are the final resting place of not only family members of the Simmons family, but those who have served the mysterious organisation known as the family. These underground burial chambers are not known to the public, but the catacombs themselves are still protected by many elaborate contraptions to keep outsiders from digging too deeply into the Simmons family affairs. Although the catacombs are primarily used by the Simmons family, they primarily construct caves that alters hints of the existence of inhabitants prior to them. So in other words, there's things like the Simmons family probably ended up taking it away from the people before that, the people that was using it before that. So yeah, Deborah Harper is a 20-year-old college student and Helena's sister. Unlike her sister, Deborah is a carefree party girl, and their different approaches to life are a cause of friction between them. But those issues aside, the two are actually very close. The two sisters' lives are thrown into chaos when Derek Simmons kidnaps Deborah and uses her for the family's C-virus experiments. When Helena is reunited with her sister, it's not the happy reunion she had hoped for. Deborah has been turned into a hideous creature with no semblance of humanity. Of the humanity she once had, other than the gentle facial features that hint to her former beauty. That's the thing, is that's another tragic character in the series. Leon and Ada. Ada Wong is a spy whose major activities occur off the grid. Not much is known about her, not even if Ada Wong has is an alias or a real name. I don't think it's her real name, to be fair. I mean, why would a secret agent or a spy use her real name? Ada first encountered Leon Kennedy during the Raccoon City incident in 1998, when Leon was a callow rookie officer trying desperately to escape from the nightmare that had enveloped Raccoon City. Ada was in the city carrying out a mission for a rival company to the Umbrella Corporation. When circumstances threw the two together, Ada hid the nature of her activities while using Leon to carry them out. The life and death struggle they endured brought them close together, and Ada ended up saving Leon's life. Unfortunately, they had to make their way out of the city separately, but they could not forget what they felt for each other. Following their escape, their paths would cross from time to time, Leon as a US government operative and Ada as a spy. Ada makes no crims, there we go, about using Leon when it suits her needs, but Leon is loath to bring himself to be done with her. That they don't consider, I don't know what that zero's about. They don't consider each other enemies, but it's hard to tell how they feel for each other. Complicated is the word that aptly summarises their relationship. That's the thing, because deep down I'm pretty sure Leon has a thing for her, but Ada knows that they cannot be together. That's the thing. But she will help him out from time to time when he desperately needs it. Helena's crime. Derek Simmons coerced Helena Harper into helping him assassinate President Benford when he kidnapped her sister Deborah. Helena had no choice but to send out an alert over the Secret Service's radio that a group has entered the Ivy University with the intent to kill President Benford. The president was on campus to deliver a speech, and the Secret Service made sure that the president was secure before his speech. A member of the agents were dispatched to look for the suspects. This created an opening that Derek needed. Helena loved her sister, but she couldn't let herself be party to a terrorist attack. She rushed to the campus to entreat the agents to give up their wild goose chase and protect the president. Many of the agents were aware about her past infractions, so they were disinclined to believe her. When the attacks came, because half the agents were out looking for the assailants, the service was slow in evacuating President Benford, and they were unable to save his life. Oh, they should have fucking listened to Harper, shouldn't they? Yeah, because he fucked up a few times. You basically got to take things seriously like that. Brazak is a victim of the C virus. Another name, although one that's extremely mutated. Brazak is derived from the Siberian word for rapids. I thought I said rapists for a minute. Its oral and ocular features are practically non-existent, so it relies on kinetic sensations based on movement in the water to hunt its prey. It will indiscriminately attack all moving prey, be it human or zombie. Cadavers that float in the water, however, do not interest it. That's that shark one. That's the shark boss in the catacombs, in other words. I am not even going to try to pronounce this. And it is a victim of the C virus, although one that's extremely mutated. It's derived from the Siberian word demolition. So all these are like Siberian words and that. The smooth white skin that envelopes this creature is an exoskeleton designed to protect the slug-like part of its main body, located in the torso. Even if part of this creature's humanoid form is destroyed, it will not have any effect on the main body. Those detached body parts can still search for prey independently and ensnare it. The flexible nature of its structure allows it to pass through narrow openings like ventilation ducts and other tight spaces. Its primary weakness is fire, and when it encounters intense heat, the main body will leap out of its humanoid exoskeleton to escape the danger. Is that the one that Leon encounters in the Chinese market? Might be. It sounds very familiar. It's like leaping out of his exoskeleton. That's really creepy. Derek Simmons. Derek C. Simmons is 46 years old. Is an aide to the President of the United States. Okay, I didn't know he was an aide. He is a ruthless perfectionist, a personally well disposed to raising a high echelon of power in government. He is the current head of the family, a secret fraternity of powerful movers and shakers that has manipulated the development of the Western world for centuries. This organization will do whatever is necessary to ensure the stability and world order, fearing that ensuring chaos would result from President Benford's plan to reveal the truth about Raccoon City incident. Mr. Simmons orchestrates his own bioterror attack, where the president would be one of its many casualties. So in other words, the president basically went out and told the truth about Raccoon City, and Simmons was like, we're not having that, you're gonna die now. That's exactly what it is. Derek's first transformation. After Derek Simmons is injected with an enhanced C virus, he enters a stage 1 mutation. At this stage, his upper body maintains a humanoid appearance and his violent tendencies are amplified. He has yet to lose all sense of self. His legs, however, transformed into more beast-like, into something beast-like, and he is powerful enough to outrun a high-speed train. He can use shards of his own bone as projectiles and fire them off with deadly accuracy. Any bone matter lost in this matter is regrown thanks to the effects of the C virus. That's the thing, is like the C virus is like, I think, the most powerful one of all the viruses. It is deadly. Derek's second transformation. As the C virus infection begins to take root in Derek's body, he enters a stage 2 mutation. At this stage, Derek's body resembles a gigantic dinosaur. This is another thing, it's so fucking silly with its boss types. It's like ridiculous, a gigantic dinosaur. And his musculature is quite dense. Unlike stage 1 mutation, stage 2 Derek behaves instinctively instead of rationally. His driving force is to devour his enemies, and he even goes as far as to leap into the sky and attack a helicopter Ada is piloting. Derek's third transformation. Derek's body continues to mutate as he enters stage 3. Derek's humanity is completely gone at this point. I'm pretty sure he would have been gone at stage 2. But his survival instinct remains. He ingests multiple corpses in order to give his body the organic matter needed to assume this form. This new hideous form resembles an amalgamation of multiple insect species. When Derek loses a limb or body part at stage 3, he can regenerate it by ingesting more corpses. He could in theory live forever as long as there are corpses for him to ingest. That's the thing, is like, with that form, you basically got, like, Leon's got to pick up and carry these lightning rods and stab it into these corpses, because it's like thunder and lightning at that stage anyway. So when Derek picks it up, the lightning will strike this rod, and it will slowly defeat him. So keep doing that, and it'll hopefully work. But yeah, that is it for Leon's section files in this one. So it's like 30 minutes, actually quite cool. So what I'm going to do is next week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'm going to have the rest of the Resident Evil 6 files out. Chris, Ada and Sherry. On Tuesday and Thursday is going to be like other readings and stuff. I'll get to it when I get to it, to be fair. But yeah, we are slowly nearing the end of the file readings anyway, but I really need to get them all out before the year ends, because it's getting quite tight. So I will leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.